Hey guys, welcome back to MMA Library. Today in MMA and UFC news. In a recent interview, Demetrious Johnson spoke about his upcoming rematch against Adriano Moraes. Here's what Johnson had to say.
So let's talk about this fight against Adriano Moraes. It's a rematch. For you, it's technically immediate. He's fought after the first meeting that you guys have had. So it's been a little bit over a year since you guys competed together, April of 2021. So why the long layoff? Is this by design? Is this something that you wanted? Obviously, you did suffer a knockout in that fight. Why the long layoff for you?
It wasn't a long layoff. I just fought in March, same day he fought, when he fought Yuya Wakamatsu. So I had a mixed rules fight with probably one of the dangerous strikers on the roster, one championship against Ratang. And that was a great fight. And this is the fight they offered me, right? So I thought I was going to go down back to the ladder and work my way back up to a title shot. But they're like, hey, we want you to fight him again. I was like, sweet, sounds good. Sign me up, send the contract. And that's how it happened.
Darrius Flowers just earned his UFC contract after an impressive string of wins on Dana White's Contender Series. In a recent interview, he says he can see himself as a lightweight world champion in the future. Here's the clip.
I'm not nervous. I'm not going to let, nerves get in the way of anything at all. You know what I mean? I do this for real, you feel me? So I'm going to be myself. Like my coaches always tell me to be, just be yourself.
As you see your future in the UFC, what weight class do you see it at?
I see my future at, honestly, both welterweight and lightweight. I'm going to take lightweight a little bit more serious, obviously, and chase the title, because I feel like I can be a champion here within the next few years or couple years, if it even, takes that long. We got to get through the first contract and all that first, but I feel like I can be a lightweight world champion for sure, like Khabib style.
Nice. Last thing for me, I guess. What's the ideal scenario for the debut? Do you have names already that you want, or a date, or a location? Like when do we see you compete?
Not at lightweight. I don't have names, and I'm not gonna call anybody out at welterweight because I'm going down to lightweight. I don't even know who's on the roster. I just know that no lightweight's gonna get in my way at all.
Is there a date that you'd like to circle down the calendar? Like when would you like to make your debut?
If I can help the UFC with anything short notice at welterweight, I would love to. I want to fight 3 more times this year if I can. I'm like the most active fighter you can find. If not two more times, I'm trying to get out this contract, get to my next contract, you know what I mean, and brand myself, start making those big bucks.
Dana White says he's interested in seeing Gilbert Burns take on Jorge Masvidal. Then he goes on to speak about Colby Covington's return.
Perfect. Last one for me. Gilbert Burns was saying that he was about to fight Masvidal. Jorge Masvidal was in the plan. Does it make sense for you, Gilbert Burns against Jorge Masvidal? Maybe December, maybe next year.
Yeah, I like it. You like it?
I love it.
Then I'll do it.
Thank you.
Yep, thank you.
Just one more day, another welterweight. Have you guys spoken to Colby? And can he fight with the legal stuff he's got going on, or is he going to be gone for a while? Do you know what's happening?
Colby?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Colby wants to fight. Colby wants to fight. He's ready to fight, and we're making plans for him here soon.
Awesome, thank you.
Yep. Good? Thanks for coming, guys. Have a great night.
Who do you think wins between Masvidal and Burns? Let us know in the comments below. Daniel Cormier and Jorge Masvidal recently had a back and forth on Twitter. Here's what the pair had to say. It all started with Cormier saying Leon Edwards should not fight Jorge. On the DC and RC show, Cormier said, "Bro, don't fight him. Because for 2 years, when he was the man, he could not say your name. Now all of a sudden, he's like, if you become the champ, he's ready to put an end to this thing. He should not fight Jorge Masvidal. He literally should just big league him and not even say his name. Because why would you do that when a guy snuck you backstage, but then never fought you? Now all of a sudden, you're the man and he wants to fight. I like Jorge Masvidal a lot. He's a really good dude, but it's like, come on, Jorge, we've got to do better than that." Masvidal replied to DC's comments on Twitter saying, "Guess you're still butthurt since I didn't do the interview you requested on your weak YouTube channel during my fight week. I know you needed my name to produce some sort of views since Ariel went solo and you became a has-been. Just make sure when Dana calls and tells you to promote the biggest fight the current champ can make in the division, which is me, wear your best suit from DXL and make sure you do as you're told like a good boy. Maybe you'll get a treat from your master." To this, Cormier replied, Jorge, you've always been the man. Malky, stay off his page. I stand by what I said. You don't get unlimited title fights, Malky. Beat Darrius, get to 1-3 in the last 4, and maybe get a title shot. See, Malky, now you got me disrespecting my friend Jorge. Jorge then tweets, I remember a time when England had a champ that wanted a certain fight, and he told the UFC what he wanted and made it happen. The newbies won't know what I'm talking about, but the real ones do. DC ended the conversation by posting a photo of all of his belts. In a recent interview, Leon Edwards' coach Dave Lovell speaks about what's next for Leon Edwards. Here's the clip.
There's all talk about the trilogy fight, which I think makes sense. Like if you kind of had your pick of the litter, do you think this is what needs to happen? Kamaru gets his opportunity, a third fight with Leon, and they do it in the UK. I know Dana White was saying last night that this is what they're already working on, and they had talks with Leon, and he's spoken to Kamaru. Is this what you think needs to happen?
Well, listen, what will be, will be. But listen to this, young man. Kamaru, in his early career, he got choked out before the UFC days, yeah? He has never been knocked out in this fashion before. And being a coach, being in this game for a long time, there's a few other coaches I heard, I think Khabib, and just the other day started to mention this point I'm trying to make here. When a man gets knocked out cold in that fashion, let me tell you, not only can it change his fighting potential, it can potentially change his life. And especially Kamaru's got that bully, come forward style aggression. When a bully gets tamed, and gets knocked out in that fashion, physically he can get his body back ready to come back, but can he mentally? So that's yet to play out. Does Kamaru come back a gun-shy fighter? Can he overcome it in this short of amount of time, what Dana's talking about? Me personally, I don't think he can. So therefore, between the lines, reading between the lines, which I often do, and I've got this man called Mr. Chimaev, the Wolf, they're fast-tracking him.
What do you guys think about Dave Lovell's comments? Will we see a trilogy between Kamaru and Edwards? Or will we see Khamzat next in line for a title shot, given he gets through Nate Diaz? Let us know in the comments. In a recent interview, Dan Hooker discusses his return to the lightweight division.
First things first, why back to 155?
It's just like I knew what I was doing with the cut down to featherweight. It was always like I just had it in the back of my head. It was just like an itch I needed to scratch. And also, like, I knew the risk and reward that was at play there. I knew that after a few losses at lightweight, I knew that I would have to wait until like the landscape of the division changed before I'd get another shot at a top 5 opponent. So it was just a good time to go down there and roll the dice. You know what I mean? Had I beaten Arnold Allen, I'd probably be in there for a title shot or one fight away from a title shot. So that's just a risk that I was willing to take, but it obviously didn't go the way I wanted it to go. So back to 55 and time to rebuild. That's like kind of why I put it with my post, brick by brick. You got to start at the foundation, and that comes up with a guy like that, like a hungry young kid that's on like a 5-fight win streak, bunch of finishes. It's time to get some momentum back. It's time to fight one of these guys that's unranked and prove where you truly belong in the division.
Guys, thanks so much for checking out the video. If you like the content we do here on this channel, don't forget to like and subscribe to MMA Library for all the latest MMA and UFC news. We'll see you in the next video.